Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am going to talk about the deleted scenes for season 2 of Doctor Who. Yes, I already wanted to make this video a long time ago, but I thought this day would be the perfect day to talk about it because I've got a couple of Doctor Who news items that I also want to discuss. So, alright, obviously the deleted scenes, it was difficult for me to make a video on it because obviously season 2 hasn't been the greatest of seasons ever in Doctor Who. It was quite enjoyable, yes, but obviously because there were so many things going on behind the scenes and drama and stuff like that, fans really, were worried that the show was not going to survive till season 3, and that was also the case. Obviously we now have the brand new Christmas special coming up, but obviously let's take a look at these brand new deleted scenes, right? Or I suppose these deleted scenes. So the BBC obviously released these deleted scenes from Doctor Who season 2, but the much wanted Susan scene was missing. Obviously deleted scenes feature extra moments with Ruby, Belinda, the Doctor and new companion interactions. Key cut scenes expand on character relationships, villain backstories and episode plot lines for fans. That was also the case because obviously a couple of scenes were so needed and they cut that, and that was so tragic to see because obviously there were a couple of things that we really missed from the season. Obviously extended moments from the Robot Revolution, Lucky Day and the song contest and more give deeper context, right? As part of Doctor Who, obviously the BBC has released a compilation of deleted scenes from the second season of Disney Plus era. Before you ask, no, it does not include the rewritten and truly deleted scene that everyone wants to see involving the Doctor's granddaughter Susan, Carol and Ford. Obviously the one is likely to be locked away from the foreseeable future, and maybe in a couple of decades or 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, give or take, it will probably going to release obviously on the brand new Blu-ray, but it's literally lost media now. So obviously as it's a timeline that has been erased presumably by Ncuti Gatwa's departure at the end of the season. So far, obviously, so for those of you still reading what's in these deleted scenes, here's a rundown. Obviously an extra Ruby scene in the Joy to the World, obviously very interesting. They actually shot a whole Ruby scene in the Christmas special, obviously to show that Millie Gibson was still in the cast of the series and had not left. So she was shown living her everyday life and celebrating Christmas with friends and family when the Doctor tries to phone her from the hotel in London. She's distracted for answering when more friends show up. The episode cuts this whole scene out and just shows the Doctor at the phone thinking about her. So obviously we have Belinda's longer conversation with the confrontation and conversation with the Doctor in the Robot Revolution. Obviously there's a scene during the Robot Revolution where Belinda, Farada Sethu, is treating injured rebels, and she mentions the life chart she was given as part of the Hindi coming of age ritual that predicted she would travel, which obviously the Doctor has an interest in, obviously as his new companion, right? The barber being menacing in the story and the engine, right? There's also this scene, more scenes in Lucky Day, obviously with Conrad, obviously too. So there we go. You also have a trim from the Interstellar Song Contest where the Doctor just flies in the air, which was kind of whack to see, but whatever. A long scene from Wish World, right? There's a good scene from Wish World, right? So there we go. And obviously the Doctor and Belinda's perfect home life, where the Doctor feels the strain of Conrad and the Rani's Orwellian perfect world as the Doctor starts to crack under the pressure of oppressive conformity, right, and shows Belinda's fear of what could happen if their imperfection becomes public, right? The Doctor and Belinda meet for the last time in a reality war. There's a bit of the Doctor's final meeting with Belinda before he goes off to regenerate. It's a sentimental note that's redundant, so it's obviously why it's cut, right? So there we go, obviously with the longer scene of the Robot Revolution, which obviously I liked more because this scene really went on for like 4 or 5 minutes or something, or at least like 3 minutes plus, right? Obviously where Belinda says to the Doctor that obviously she wants to go with him, but she needs to make sure that he's safe and he's safe to travel with, because if she dies it's on his hands. And that was really beautiful. We really needed to see that in the episode, but it was cut and it was so goddamn awful, because I think it's always so good when a Doctor and their companion have a bit of a struggle between them.
And it's empty, Doctor. It's empty. You could not have a more empty space. So maybe you invite people in and say it's destiny. Smile that smile. Which is a hell of a smile. okay? And so stupid. And you tested my DNA without even asking my permission.
Oh,
God. You're dangerous.
I'm sorry. Inexcusable. Bring us together.
I am not one of your adventures, and no prophecy is in charge of me. I'm asking you, Doctor, to do the right thing.
Obviously, we have Clara and the 12th Doctor, and obviously Belinda and obviously the 15th Doctor. And if Belinda had that scene, I think that would have been such a greater and better setup for obviously their relationship moving forward with the season. Obviously, in the beginning of the season of season 2, Belinda was not sure if she wanted to continue traveling with the Doctor and if she was going to get back home, right? So that was also a thing. But obviously, the 15th Doctor, I mean, Ncuti Gatwa was the GOAT, right? And it's not his problem for leaving. Obviously, maybe not, I'm not quite sure. People are still very hush about it. But obviously, I think he had 2 great seasons, in my opinion. He was a very enthusiastic Doctor. It was great to see. And one of my favorite Doctors, to be honest. His, tenure was short, but it was sweet and very enjoyable and entertaining, because when his episodes were released, I had, a feeling that I could connect with the Doctor. And when he was gone, part of my life also changed. So there we go. Obviously, that makes a lot of sense, right? So obviously, surprisingly, Doctor Who Series 15 came to an end in May 2025 with the regeneration of Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor, but it seems this wasn't the original plan for the long-running series' most recent finale. Sex Education star Ncuti Gatwa joined Doctor Who during the 60th anniversary specials in 2023, but despite being teased for at least 3 full seasons, his 15th Doctor only got 9 episodes each, so 18 episodes in total. Obviously, his regeneration into Billie Piper in the reality war has caused confusion, but the original plan would have avoided this surprising turn of events. Obviously, the Ncuti Gatwa debuted in Doctor Who's new season and season 1, right? So there we go. But what was the original season 2 original ending, right? So since the final of Doctor Who season 2 / series 15, I'm going to call it series 15, so whatever, there has been growing speculation that this wasn't the planned ending, as Ncuti Gatwa's regeneration came out of nowhere. Now the TikTok account of young actor Sina Ribbon Mavanga Phipps, I think, who played Belinda Chandra's child Poppy, has seemingly confirmed this wasn't the original plan. An image of the Doctor and Belinda dancing at the party was used during Doctor Who's promo material in Germany. Surprisingly, I would have appeared in the final prior to major reshoots after Gatwa decided to leave the show. So obviously, this picture has Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor and Belinda Chandra's character, or at least Farada Sathu's character, dancing and at some kind of New Year's Eve day party club, whatever. So obviously that is cut now. So obviously we're not going to get that. It's not a scene that we're going to see in the future probably, but it's still really interesting to speculate that there is an alternate universe where this actually happened, right? So there we go. Obviously, we still need to wait for the Christmas special coming in 2026. I've been following Russell T Davies on Instagram, and he has been traveling to New York with Alan Cumming. And I was like, dude, shouldn't you be writing the Doctor Who special instead of like doing stuff with your best friend? I mean, yes, it is still entertaining to see, right? I mean, Alan Cumming is one of the greatest. But come on, man, we would really want to see where the Billie Piper Doctor is going to go with obviously David Tennant and Ncuti Gatwa, hopefully, if he will return. But obviously with the brand new Christmas special, yes, Billie Piper is going to return. 14th Doctor is probably going to return, which, ironically makes his departure from the from the 60th anniversary special, Christmas special, specials, very ironic, because he was left there on Earth and now he's coming back, and with a weird twist of events, right? So, I mean, it makes sense that David Tennant is going to come back with Billie Piper and Ncuti Gatwa as a 15th Doctor. I think that, trio is going to be great, hopefully, right? It's been a strange few months to be a Whovian since Ncuti Gatwa's obviously 15th Doctor dramatically left the TARDIS at the end of the newly rebooted Doctor Who's most recent second series, right? Things have gone all quiet on the Gallifreyan front, with no word on the future of the show at the BBC, and obviously with the Christmas special lurking around the corner, around like in 12 months. A lot can happen in 12 months, right? A new doctor can be cast, a new showrunner can be hired, right? But obviously, the good news is, obviously, Russell T Davies, the war between the land and the sea has aired, and it's still great to have this spin-off, right? Obviously, where I'm from currently, as recording of this video, it has not been released on Disney Plus yet, and hopefully it's going to release somewhere, quite hopefully soonish, right? The BBC remains fully committed to Doctor Who, right? Which continues to be one of our most obviously loved dramas, they say. And we are delighted that Russell T Davies has agreed to write us another spectacular Christmas special for 2026. We can assure fans the Doctor is not going anywhere. It will be announcing plans for the next series in due course, which will ensure that the TARDIS remains at the heart of the BBC, right? I've talked about this before, but yeah, it's still really interesting that this kind of like news can be talked about for so many weeks. Obviously, what is going to happen? Are there leaks? Are there rumors? Are there producers or casts or crew members that are going to tell us more about obviously the missing scenes or the cut scenes, right? Because I would be down to see more interpretations of the season 2 ending, right? Or thoughts or meanings behind him. I mean, Caroline Ford travels to different Comic Cons, right? I mean, she is a kind of old, so hopefully, fingers crossed, she's going to make it till the Christmas special in 2026 or coming this year, because it would be nice to obviously tie up her loose ends, obviously from the Interstellar Song Contest. I mean, she might return, right? And I think that would be lovely to see. And obviously, there are other loose plot holes or plot ends that might be resolved too in that special. But dude, Russell T Davies is going to, man, he is going to have his work done, hopefully, when the obviously Christmas comes around. Obviously, we can wait for teasers and trailers and stuff like that. I'm not to talk about it because I'm a big Whovian and I can't bloody wait to talk about more Doctor Who news. I got a couple of episodes or videos still left to make about Doctor Who and Doctor Who news. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for that too. And I'll check you later. Goodbye, everyone. Or should I say, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. Alonzi. Goodbye, everyone.
See if I can find one.
You're going to help me?
Well, why wouldn't I help?
Guess what I just did?
You betrayed me. You betrayed my trust. You betrayed our friendship. You betrayed everything that I've ever stood for. You let me down. I think I care for you so little that betraying me would make a difference. Stop it with the eyes. Don't do that with the eyes. How do you do that anyway?